Hi guys, it's Carla here at Crochet CJ, episode 16, the one with the sweater. Mom, midwife, born again Christian, and I love people enough to tell them that. So we'll start with what I'm wearing, finished objects. I know I'm a little late posting this week. I didn't really post at the end of the week like I normally did. It's the beginning of the week. It's Monday, February 11th. But I was not going to video until I finished the sweater because I was so close. Anyway, my Orlaith robe sweater. Pretty cables, cables on the back, pretty buttons, very warm. Anyway, let me get really close for the cables. I thought they turned out really well. I was really impressed for someone who'd never done cables before. Anyway, I'm going to move you guys. Sorry about the movement there. I just wanted to have the camera out far enough so that I could show you all of the sweater. One of the comments I got was that I didn't show my work very well or something, and I hope that you could see it pretty good there. I know the color of it makes it kind of hard to see. Anyway, I may have made it a little too big in the shoulders, but that's okay. It's for me. It's my first sweater ever, my first garment, you know. I mean, so I'm excited that I finished it and that it went together as well as it did. It is the Orlaith robe sweater from Bonnie Barker's Celtic Cable Crochet book, which has lots of stuff in it that I want to make. So anyway, that's just my first thing out of that book that I'm making. And I made it with this lovely Windy with Wool Aran yarn that my lovely friend Mary sent me. It's 400 grams, 875 yards. It's 20% wool, 80% acrylic. And it says machine wash mild and cool tumble dry, which I did. I washed this. I didn't put any soap in because I guess you're not supposed to unless you have wool wash, and I didn't have any. I guess I need to go pick some of that up. I had 3 875 yard skeins. Now, I did make a hat. Hang on. I'll tell you about that. This is what I have left of 3 skeins, 875 yards. So I definitely needed all that. I was shocked, Mary, when you sent it, but I definitely needed all 3 of them. I really like the sweater. It's beautiful and it's warm, and I'm so excited to have it done. And I will wear it because it's cold here right now. I'm glad I got it done before it warmed up and this, you know, before it got springy. So it's still pretty cold here, so I can wear it. My hat is my own creation, okay? Because I just did some front post, back post to kind of give it the same effect as this band. And then this is just single crochet, double crochet, just like my other hat pattern that I put out, the Hermione hat and cowl. This is my Mary's a Deer hat. Because Mary sent me the yarn and the buttons, and so I'm calling this my Mary's a Deer hat. There's not a pattern. I just made it up as I went along, and so I kind of made it a little slouchy because I like them a little slouchy, you know. But anyway, I just thought I have plenty of yarn left. I will make a hat to match my sweater. So see, now I have a hat to match my sweater. My other finished objects, I did the unraveled mittens. I started that crochet along, and this is the herringbone square. I don't know if you can see the stitches. And this is just Red Heart Super Saver scraps that I had because it's a scrap buster, you know, cowl. And when I ran out of the blue, I went with the green because I thought it kind of went together. And since it's a scrap buster, I didn't care that it wasn't like half and half or whatever. It's just a way to use up your scraps, and a lot of people are doing it, and I thought, well, that's something I can do in the car and things like that. Now the second square, I guess, is a bobble stitch square, and a lot of people have been having issues with it. I don't know why I haven't looked at the pattern yet, because I just haven't really had time, because I wanted to finish my sweater. I actually finished this Saturday night during our Zoom chat that we had with, you know, a bunch of people get on there and chat. Melanie wasn't able to make it, and so it didn't get recorded, so you won't get to see it. But I actually finished this during that chat, because all I had to finish was just this band, and so it got finished. And then yesterday I washed it, and then I blocked it out. I put it in the dryer for a little bit on cool dry, just to get some of the moisture out of it, because I knew that it would probably not dry very well because it's so bulky, and the back of it's still a little bit damp. So I need to lay it out where the back side is up and let the rest of that dry. But I don't want to have it doesn't smell, it smells great. Oh my goodness, it smells wonderful. And it wasn't washed with anything, and it wasn't dry with a fabric softener or anything. So I don't know. Anyway. Okay, wow, I really got off my finished object trail there. I have a couple of more things. We have a cancer treatment center here nearby. It's actually in Tulsa, and so I had asked a friend of mine who works there if I could make them some hats and scarves and stuff. So she said, yeah, just bring them on. So my first one is the Easy Granny beanie from Melanie Ham. And then the next one I made, this is just a top down half double crochet beanie that I just started at the top and didn't really use a pattern. But it's the half double crochet, and you know, that's the granny stitch. I really like that granny stitch. Oh, that's really blowing the camera out, isn't it? The yarn I'm using is yarn I got at Tuesday Morning Anyway. It's Bernat Pop. And it is 100% acrylic, 5 ounces. There's about 280 yards on each one of these cakes, and it calls for an H hook, which is what I used, was an H hook. Isn't that color pretty though? I just like the color. I bought like 3 or 4 cakes of it just because I liked it, and I figured I'd use it to make those hats and scarves. Anyway, I'm going to donate those to Cancer Treatment Center here, because I know that they have people who get cold. When you're on chemo, you get cold and your hair falls out, and you know, it's just nice to have those things handy. And I figure if they're a little bit colorful and a little bit pretty, it's fun. After I made the granny one, I thought about the fact that you really don't want something with a lot of holes in it because you get cold. So now I need to come up with a different pattern, I think. I'll still take that one to them because I think it's cute, but I need to come up with a different. Joys in progress. That's my name for whips. Jips, because crochet gives me joy. It makes me joyful. I really don't have any, believe it or not, because I was working on this, and I mean, I just kind of finished everything up. So my next thing I want to start is the Anvard cardigan from the Crochet Project Everyday Wearables book. I left that in the other room. So someone told me that, you know, when you're doing a pattern that you're not familiar with, you should read through the whole pattern before you start the project. I read this pattern and I might be a little overwhelmed. I don't think that it's probably difficult. I think it just, I just don't understand some of what it says. And I know it's written in UK terms. That doesn't have anything to do with it. I can translate UK to US terms in crochet without any difficulty. That's not a problem. I think it's just, it's worked top down, all in one piece, and you have these different colors that you put into it, kind of like a Fair Isle, and just the way it's going to go together is a little bit confusing to me. So it's okay, I'll get it figured out. And it may be that I read it when I was really tired last night, and I probably should have waited until I was a little fresher to read it. And then I'm also going to start my Bellatrix shawl. That's Hannah from Cozy Cottage Crochet. That's her pattern for her Bellatrix shawl, and I've had the the pattern since it came out on Halloween. And I've had the yarn for a few months. I'm trying to not have several joys in progress going at the same time, because I don't want to end up with this pile of unfinished objects that I kind of lost enthusiasm for, you know. I don't want to have to frog something that I really loved at the beginning or something. So those are the two projects I'm getting ready to start, along with making some more hats and, you know, working on the cowl. I'm going to enter this in the Love Your Stash cowl because this was in my stash. Mary sent it to me and this yarn was in my stash, so I'm entering it in that. I'm going to enter the hat too, so that's a lot of fun. Acquisitions, I got some John Arbon Textiles sock yarn. Oh, really pretty sock yarn. Now, I'm still not sure about the whole sock thing. We'll see. This color is Bluth. It's a really pretty purple. This color is Aggie, and it's like a olive green, I guess, maybe. It's really pretty. I like it. This color is Bell Heather. It's like, I would say, I don't know, cross between maybe a burgundy and a purple or something. This one is really showing up bright green. It is not. It is like a light olive green, and it's called Odd Me Dodd. I like that one. That's my favorite. Anyway, each one of these is 60% Exmoor Blue Face wool, 20% Corriedale wool, 10% Zwartbulls, and 10% nylon. It is a 50-gram skein, 200 meters. It's Exmoor sock 4-ply. Anyway, I got that all the way from the UK, and they sent me this cute little John Arbon Textiles bag to put it in, and a cute little postcard that says, "Many thanks for your web order. Please find enclosed your yarn and order details, plus a complimentary project bag. Kind regards." And I don't know if people want me to read their name, so I won't read that name. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cute. I want to say it was Faye on the Crochet Circle podcast had mentioned, no, it wasn't Faye. Oh, I can't think who it was. She did an interview with John Arbon though. And that's how I found out about that sock yarn, and that's how I ordered it. Anyway, I also bought, I know, we went to Tulsa and we went by Michael's, and I got another Endless Impeccable. This one is black. That's the colorway, black. Anyway, I had a 60% off coupon. I paid $8 for this skein of yarn, which is normally $20. It's got 1,790 yards in 28 ounces. It's a number 4, and I'm thinking I will put it with the gray one I bought. Maybe hold them both together to make a sweater, so it would be two-toned. Or I may, you know, stripe it or something like that. I just thought, that much yarn, 2 of those, I'll have plenty to make a sweater, right? That's about it. I know it's kind of a short one. I kind of like short videos because they're easier to watch in one sitting. I watch the longer videos and I like them just fine. It's just, it's hard to watch them all at once because, you know, an hour, hour and a half, it's hard to find that kind of time for me to sit, you know, for that long and watch something. And if I'm working something that I have to concentrate on, like cables or something, then it just kind of is noise. And so, you know, I'd rather just focus on what I'm working on and get it done, get it right the first time. Now, if I'm working on something, you know, like doing that granny stitch hat, stuff like that, I can watch a video and still keep up with it because that's a pretty easy thing for me to do. But yeah, I kind of like the short videos because they're easier to watch in one sitting. And I don't, when you make a podcast every week, or a video every week, whatever you want to call it, it's, you know, I'm not going to be able to come up with an hour's worth of content. Even though, you know me, I could talk for hours and hours without stopping because that's what I do. My voice is a little croaky today. I sang at church yesterday. I got to be on my worship team yesterday because we do it about once a month. You know, we kind of rotate through, and we do 2 services, plus we do a full rehearsal before the first service. So that's 3 rounds of singing all these songs in a row. And my voice last week, it's the first time I've had even what I think might be some kind of cold or something going on this whole winter, because I've been popping the vitamin C every day. And of course, the week that I'm supposed to be on worship team, that's when it happens. And so I was really concerned, but, you know, thank you, Lord. He got me through it. I was able to get through the rehearsal and both services with a voice. But now I think I need to rest it this week. Anyway, little fun fact for you vocal people out there. I read things that you can do to help your voice last week, you know, and I don't know if it's true. I haven't researched the scientific basis of it, but they say that clearing your throat is like slamming your vocal cords together, and you really shouldn't clear your throat. Drink plenty of water, it said, and take maybe some kind of something to help clear stuff up, but don't clear your throat because that slams your vocal cords together and it damages them. I never knew that, and I clear my throat all the time, and I watch other people make videos and they're always clearing their throat, and I'm like, so I need to research the scientific factualness of that one. But why would somebody put that on the internet if it weren't true? I'm kidding. I know that everything that's on the internet isn't necessarily true, so it's all good. Anyway, you guys have a great week. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. And you take care. We're at about 378 subscribers, so even though we just did a 300 subscriber giveaway, we hit 400. We're going to do another one, so be watching for that. I'm not going to put giveaway in any of my titles anymore because, like many people who do this, you get kind of scammed by people who